This is a coaching session with Eugene. We previously did a session a few months back, and he wanted to do a follow-up where we talk about his strategy for the rest of 2025. So Eugene, why don't you tell me specifically how things have been in the last few months and what your strategy is moving forward, and we can go from there.
I decided to continue focusing on my main activity. This is crypto portfolio management. And since that, I've raised some money. I've done some improvements to the strategy. And currently, like my goal is to maximize the profit till the end of the bull market, and yeah, I want to improve the fundraising process and also to delegate some tasks and not to do so much by myself.
How much of the advice I gave you last time did you take and put into action, and did you see any results from that?
So yeah, we were discussing like my side activity about the selling real estate, and I've done I've created the spreadsheet of people. I've contacted a lot of them. I was speaking about that on the conferences, but until this time it didn't work that well. Maybe I didn't put enough effort, maybe because it's a new as a new activity for me. So I'm not like I'll say I didn't have so much experience and not sure that I've done everything correct. So yeah, it didn't work until now, and I decided to postpone it a bit because it was hard for me to combine two activities at the same time.
Was my advice to focus on the crypto, or was my advice to try the new activity?
Your advice was to pay more focus to real estate and less focus to crypto.
You tried, and did you have any success with the real estate at all?
If we speak of success as the sales, no.
Do you have any insight into why you think that was?
The main reason is that currently the market doesn't have so much demand. Let's say a couple of years ago, everyone wanted to do it and they were ready to spend money fast without detailed analysis. And now it takes much more time for them to think about it and to make a decision. Also, there were some quite how to say notorious fails of some developers, and I suppose it also influences the people's mind, and because of these fails they become more cautious about the whole market, not only about the scammers who just scam people, and also because I did it only like in personal connections, so I did not build any marketing. I did not build any sales strategy. It was just, okay, I come to the conference, I talk to people, I tell them about it. If they're interested, okay, we can go further. If they're not interested, we just keep it. And yeah, so I did that. And also I did the list of potential investors who I know that invest money in the stock market or crypto or real estate, and I contacted them. But it was like the cold sales, not the cold sales, but was like warm sales because I knew that people, but they were not really interested, and I tried to persuade them. I had a couple of deals which could happen, but in the end, people decided to invest in the different countries. So yeah, I think I was closing to close a couple of deals.
This was in Bali.
Yeah, real estate in Bali. Yeah.
If the topics we discuss on this channel resonate with you, but you're struggling to apply them to your own unique business challenges, I might be able to help. Generic advice can only take you so far. That's why I've opened up a few slots for our one-on-one advisory, where I work directly with you to understand your current situation and come up with a strategy that you can act on to help you get to where you need to get to next. If you're a founder or a leader who's serious about growth and wants a dedicated strategy partner, I'd love to talk. I've founded companies, One of them was an 8-figure agency. I've fundraised millions of dollars for clients. I've angel invested in a number of startups, and I'm actively advising business owners of bootstrapped and funded companies. My time is limited, so the number of slots are limited as well. Visit the link in the description to learn more about my services and to see if we're a good fit. Now, back to the video. If someone isn't actively going to that country or aware of that country, then it's going to naturally be harder. So for example, my wife, she works with people who buy property in Vietnam. So we're in Vietnam right now. And she has about 60 clients that she works with. If she were to say, hey, go to Bali and buy property, they probably would say no. Why? A lot of them are from like Hong Kong and China and Thailand, and they see Vietnam as a big opportunity. So for her to convince them to buy in another country is quite low. Now, we're going to be moving to Portugal soon. I mean, I lived in Portugal, but she's never been. I'm going to be bringing her to Portugal in November. And if she were to go to the people that she has on her list and says, are you interested in Portugal? They may say yes, they may say no. It would be easier for her to try to pitch those people to buy the properties from the other people that are her clients that are looking to sell, because it's already in Vietnam. They already are established in Vietnam. They already know, even though none of them live in Vietnam. So it'd be far easier for her to sell to people that are already invested in Vietnam, other people's properties in Vietnam, than it is for her to get them to go to another country like Indonesia or Portugal. She could try. She may burn that bridge with them if it's just completely out of their mindset of where they want to invest. But you tried, and that's what matters. And I don't know how much effort you put into it. Obviously, I can't see that, but I believe when you tell me that you gave it a good try. And what's actually really interesting is, since in the last few months, we've seen the crypto market heat up. And so you're more interested in focusing on that. So tell me what's going on in that realm.
Yeah, so actually it was the main reason why I put more focus on that, because like the analysis which I put beforehand is that the market will become more active after the first quarter, and especially in the fourth quarter of this year. So it makes sense to give as much focus as possible on that. And yeah, so I've got 2 new clients and a couple of potential clients which we are in conversation with right now. And yeah, so the goal is now to raise some more money and to take maximum from the market till the end of the year, and probably the first or second quarter of the next year.
How much have you raised?
40K.
You said 2 new clients and 2 potential clients. What is their average amount allocated to you?
So this is like two clients which I mentioned is 20K each, and for potential it's we discussed the amount. Like some of them want to put like 50, some of them 100, but normally no more than that.
The people that gave you 20K, could they afford to do 100K?
We discussed it, and like they have this money, so this is what I know for sure. But like they say that they are not ready to do it yet because we just started, and they want to see the results first, and they want to be sure that everything is working well. And yeah, even though they have this money, but currently they are not ready to risk this amount of money.
So a typical sales strategy to get them to give you more would be, and again, I don't know what your strategy is, but something that I was thinking of was, it's it's kind of pressury, which I don't really like, but if these guys are allocating to you to manage some aspect of their portfolio to get them gains from crypto, the gains from 20,000, maybe by the end of the year, if they're lucky, you double it. So 20K turns into 40K, or 100K turns into 200K. What you want is to have as few clients as possible give you as much money as possible, because that's how you leverage what you have while minimizing the compliance required to and communication required, because some of these people, they may, the thing is, when someone gives you $1 million, they're going to probably bug you less than someone who gives you 20,000, because the person who's giving you 20,000 probably cares about that 20,000 a lot more than that person probably giving you 1 million.
So this is the main goal now, because like I did one of the tasks at like the business event, and the question was what would happen if you grow like 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. And I've realized that let's say I would have 3 times more clients than I have now, or 5 times more clients than I have now, and I would not be able to properly work with them, because it will be too much attention to every person. So the idea is not to increase, yes, the idea is not to increase the amount of people that much, but instead to just find maybe 2, 3 like big clients, which I would be able to like have the same or even bigger amount of money, but with less time spent on them.
Well, you have to hire a team. How did you get these 2 new clients?
I was at the conference about the stock market, and I was in conversation with the big fund manager. We were just talking about the market. The market. I wanted to ask him a couple of questions, and there was another person. She was standing nearby, and she also was asking him something. And during this conversation, I mentioned like the venture deals which I participated, and she was interested. And then we discussed the venture, then we discussed crypto, then some other investment activities. And so finally she decided to invest in crypto, because she wanted to have a more allocation to this market. So this is the first person, and this is the result of like part of my strategy of attending the conferences and attending the business clubs events and things like that.
And this was all in Bali.
No, this was in Moscow. I was in Moscow in summer and in September. The second one, it was my friend referred him, and yeah, so I worked with a friend already, and he had another friend. He said, "Okay, hey, you can try to work with Eugene, so let's do this." Yeah, and it was much easier actually to persuade him and to start working with them.
Did you give your friend a commission for the referral?
We did not discuss it, and it was not like, hey, sell it to someone. It was just like he wants to try. I just told him, and finally he can do this. Actually, it was not even like that. It was more like he said that I do this, and before I helped him to change money, so he knew I'm an expert in this field, and he asked me a couple of questions. I helped him, and then he came again.
There's a potential for a referral based system. The issue is you have to pretty much take from the client what the client gives you and just siphon it off to give to your friend. But that could make your friend want to bring in more clients. And the best business I ever had was 100% referral. But I was able to afford $20,000 commissions to my refers, and so they were very hungry and they loved that, and so they worked really hard to bring me clients. So these clients were paying 6 7 figures, so it's easy to throw them 20,000. Obviously, in your situation, if someone's giving you 20K, you could maybe only give them a few $100. It's not that much. But it could potentially bring you leads that are willing to say yes. Um, so have a think about that.
I don't build the network right now, but if I see someone who is into the investment field and they're talking about probably I could have some clients who want to invest in crypto or who want to do some OTC deals, and I tell them, okay, like I can do this. If you bring someone, I give you commission. So this is what I do already at some point.
OTC is a lot easier to give commissions on than uh, for portfolio management, because with With the OTC, you have a profit that's baked in and you just give them a percentage of the profit. With the hedge fund, you have to make the profit to pay yourself back or to pay the client back for their portfolio. Basically, you're instantly negative on their portfolio without them being the one that's incurred the negativity and the negative position. It's you. The business is negative.
I did some OTC deals as well, and I continue to speak about it when I talk to people. So sometimes they come, but normally it's also like the small amount of money. Like let's say if I give again, if I get like the big client, probably he would need uh, to exchange from fiat to crypto first, and at the start already I could get more money because I would get some small exchange commission, but from the big amount of money, it's already a decent commission. So yeah, I continue like to spread the word about it, and people know that if they have someone, they can just refer them to me, and I would do it like with the rate better than on the market.
You said you had a strategy. You want to go through that?
So the strategy, like which I was executing most of the time, is to attend like the business conferences, the business events, and to speak at some of the events, and to get into the business clubs with real entrepreneurs. I mean, entrepreneurs with the offline business who could be interested into investment. um, so I still see the big potential in that, but it didn't work that well as I thought. But yeah, again, maybe you know I've realized that some of the events were useless, and like the main goal here is how can I improve this strategy is to attend the higher level events and talk with high net worth individuals more, and also focus more on the people who are new to the field, because like it didn't work at all to talk to some people who already invest in crypto, because they say, okay, I can do everything by myself, I don't need you. So yeah, more like my potential clients are people who are new to this field, or who have done a bit of investment by themselves, but their main focus is on their offline business, and they don't want to spend time on investment.
Those are the people that you want to talk to because they have money, they don't know what to do with it, and they don't have the time to manage it. Do you create content that could potentially generate interest?
Yes, I've created quite a lot of content in terms of like I did reels and shorts. So like the short videos, I've recorded by myself or with a professional person, and also I did couple of podcasts and just cut them into the short videos. So overall, I think I published about 40, no, not even for about 50 videos.
Did you get any interest from those?
I got like 100,000 plus views, but no, it didn't bring any interest. Yeah, also I do publish content in my Telegram, and I've got one client for consultation from there. And also it works as the warming up the audience, because like if I talk to someone and he says like, okay, you invest, but I want to see your analytics. I want to see how you think. I say, okay, no worries. Just check the channel, and you can like scroll my posts and see what I've written before.
I've seen a lot of people do this on Telegram, especially for gold trading, where they will give out signals. They create a signals group, and they'll give out signals, and they'll say, "Hey, if you like our signals, if you want to work with us, if you don't want," so there's two things that they do. One is they'll give out free signals, but they'll give out only like one or two a day. they pay a monthly fee, they'll get 4 or 5 signals a day, trading signals. And then some of them will say, if you want, you can send us money and we'll manage it for you. And within a week, we'll give you X amount in return and we'll send that money back to you, et cetera, et cetera. This is a model that I think works. I think it could, if you're creating these signals or you're creating these analytics, you're creating this data, you're creating this content, you're already much further ahead than most people, because those Telegram signals groups, the founder never like doxes themselves. You have no idea who these people are. I literally had conversations with some of them, and they were like, they claim to be one thing, but then they're actually like this one guy in the middle of random parts of Malaysia who has there's no team, it's just him doing everything, but he makes it look like there's this big. So there's a lot of people that are really fake, they might be real, but they're pretending with a lot of things. So you have to be careful with that. But if you're putting out content and you're getting responses from that, a signal thing may work, just so that you have like a monthly recurring income for work you're already doing. You're just telling people what you're doing. And that might be able to make you 10, 20, $30,000 a month just in profit from people getting signals from you. Especially if you're getting 100,000 views. I know it's different from the direction you're going in, but it could be the thing that builds that trust, that then these larger people come in and want to work with you as well.
So yeah, this is the good idea, and of course I was thinking about it before, but there are two obstacles. Like the first one, I'm not a trader. I'm more focused on like portfolio investment, so I don't do so much trades, and I don't provide signals every day, or sometimes I can do nothing even in a week. So it's not like you put money today and in the evening or tomorrow you get more. It's more long-term strategy. I was thinking about like taking signals like from the private groups where I am, which I and let's say I recognize it as the good entry points. Um, so this could be could work.
I've seen people do this, where they pay to be in other people's groups, and they literally copy and paste the signals into their own VIP group, and they're not making their own signals, which is fine. If you have people that are looking for those signals and don't have it anywhere else, and it doesn't take much of your time, like, especially because if you're not trading every day, then you have time every day to do something that generates activity. So your focus, obviously you want to have more people be your client and you want to attract larger people, but that takes time and it takes a network that you don't have. So you either have to go to your existing clients and ask if they have other people that would benefit from your service, and go just keep asking every client that signs up and have them bring on more clients. That's the only thing I can think of. The only downside to that might be, if that person came in with 20,000, they might bring in someone else and say, "Oh, I brought in 20,000," and then it anchors them mentally to only give you 20,000 as well, and then it's a negative feedback loop where you're not growing in allocation per client, but rather you're growing horizontally with number of clients, which is more headache and stress for you, which is what you don't want. So um, you could potentially do that. I don't. Are you asking people to recommend their friends, or?
No.
So definitely do that. But what I would be saying to them is, hey, look, I've been able to hire some more people. I'm able to expand my offerings somewhat. I'm able to take on 2 more clients this month, but minimum allocation is $100,000. Do you know anyone that would benefit from this?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. I like it.
And that way you force them into the mentality of that. And as well, if you have clients that have been working with you for longer, you go, hey, how's it going? Are you enjoying the gains, blah blah blah. How would you feel about re-upping your allocation? The minimum, I'm like, basically I'm increasing the allocation that I work with in each client. Right now I'm going up to 100,000. By the end of this year, any client that is allocated less than 100,000, I'm going to have to let go because I need to focus my priority on bigger clients. I love working with you. I'd love to be able to continue providing you gains, but I have to focus on larger clients. I would love to continue working with you. Can I count on you to reallocate more so that we can get to that at least 100,000? So that's multiple ways that you can do it. Asking people, asking existing clients to re-up and asking them to recommend other people at a higher allocation amount. It's always easier to go for those two things first. The question then is, how do you create a budget for you to be able to market? Because if you can run ads or something, or if you can dedicate a budget to content that can bring in more people like those, so that you don't have to go to these events, because the events are going to cost you money and there's no guarantee of any success, as you've discovered.
No, actually, most of the events I can attend for free or for not so expensive. So it doesn't.
But if they're outside of Bali, it costs you time, energy, and money to fly to those places, right?
No, I mean, this were the events, yeah, that I've done mostly in Moscow. And yeah, so in September I will go to Singapore to Token 2049, like the biggest conference. And yeah, when I come back to Bali, of course, there would be much less of like business events of this level. So there I want to focus more on the online communications with the existing clients and no, with the existing clients and also with existing potential people from my database and uh, also like about the content and ads, I have budget on that, but I don't have that much. Actually, I have negative experience with this marketing through, I don't know, for Telegram, Instagram, and wherever. And so that's why it holds me back from trying again because like last couple of times when I did it, I just spent the money and got like zero results from them.
In those instances, either the audience is wrong, the ad is wrong, or the channel is wrong.
There were both the channel and the message. Yeah.
So if the channel is wrong, maybe advertising on Telegram is wrong for you.
And no, it's because like advertising on Telegram is a broad thing. This is very important to choose the right channel there. So we mostly published in the crypto channels and financial news channels, but let's say in crypto channels it doesn't make a lot of sense because, as I said, people there they think that they're the smartest and they just don't do it. So now if I would try this, I would focus more on business channels about entrepreneurship or the channels about finance but not about crypto, like investment in real estate, investment in the stock market, financial planning and managing personal finance, so this kind of channels.
Is there anything else that you want to mention to me? Anything else that you have a burning question about?
The next question's about the partners. So I was thinking that not to do everything, like to do less things by myself. I've got the idea to get new partners, and I was thinking like the first partner could be who focus more on the analytics, so that it would increase the quality of analysis and also would free some time for me to get pay more focus to the sales. And the second idea was to find the sales manager who would go instead of me to the conferences or contact people. And in this case, like I would have double the time which I spend now on sales.
The analysis allows you to serve your customers, which generates returns, generates happiness, etc. The sales allows you to continue running your business. So they're both important. If I were you, I would look to hire someone from analytics, before you hire for sales, because sales is something that the founder will always do better than most other people in the early days of the business. I've heard some people say, don't hire your first salesperson until you, as the founder, have successfully sold at least $1 million worth of your service or product. And in your case, having $1 million allocated to your management. The other thing is, every dollar that you take out of the business is going to be money that you're not going to get back. So you need to make sure that the person you're hiring can justify their salary. But before you do that, you have to make sure that there's enough money to pay yourself a salary. Because if you can't feed yourself, how can you justify feeding someone else? The fastest solution for you is going to be increasing your allocation. So like I said, I would be going to the people you already have and asking them to re-up. I'd be going to the people you already have and ask them to introduce their friends at a higher allocation, minimum 100,000. If you can get to $1 million allocation and you can get 10% return a month, right? It's $100,000 a month return to your clients. I imagine you're taking what, 20,000 of that?
20%, yep.
So 20,000 is enough for you to pay yourself a salary and to hire an analyst and to hire a salesperson. In order to maintain Eugene and his company's privacy, we're going to say some things that are not going to be recorded in this video. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and look forward to the next live coaching session that I do. Thanks for watching. If you liked this insight, I've handpicked another video for you right here on the screen. For more actionable strategies that get you real results, hit subscribe.